Hello students, I am Nilanjana Sanyal, an online math tutor from India. Today we will be solving a past paper question, and it is a question from A-Level Pure Mathematics past paper June 2018. So the question says solve for x ranging between 0 degree and 360 degrees, and the 0 degree is included. The equation 5 sin x minus 5 cos x equals 2. Giving your answers to one decimal place. So this is a trigonometric equation which we have to solve, and we have to get the value or values of x. As the question suggests, it is saying answer. So obviously we know that x will be having more than one value. Okay. So let's start with our answer. First of all, let me write the equation 5 sin x minus 5 cos x is equal to 2. And if I take this 5 outside, it becomes 5. And within the bracket, we have sin x minus cos x, which is equal to 2, or sin x minus cos x will be equal to 2 over 5, which in decimal format, it is 0.4. Okay. Now, before trying to solve this equation, let me try to give you an idea about what can be the value or values of x. In which quadrant or quadrants can x lie? Okay. So let us try to graph this sin x minus cos x function. Let us take the first quadrant first of all. First quadrant. Why am I taking this? Why am I trying to find the behavior of this sin x minus cos x function? Because sometimes we get some extra values of x or the extra values of angle. So therefore we have to understand which values can be taken and which values have to be rejected. Okay. So that is why I am trying to get the behavior or the pattern of this sin x minus cos x function. As we know that sin x, as x moves from 0 degree to 90 degree, that is the first quadrant, the sin value goes on increasing from 0 to 1. Sin 0 is 0 and the cos 0, sin 90 is 1. Sorry. So the sin values go on increasing from 0 to 1. And cos x, cos 0 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So the cos values will be going on decreasing. So when x is equal to 0, since 0 is included, I am starting with 0. When x is equal to 0, sin 0 minus cos 0 is equal to sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So this is equal to minus 1. Whereas we are seeing that the sin x minus cos x is a positive number. So we cannot have the x value equal to 0. That is very well understood. Can we have x equal to 30? Sin value is increasing. Cos value is decreasing. So sin 30 minus cos 30. Sin 30 equal to half. And cos 30 equal to root 3 over 2, which can be written as root 3 times half. And root 3 times half is obviously more than half. So this is a negative number, that is less than 0. Even this is less than 0. And for x equal to 30 also, sin x minus cos x value is a negative number. So x cannot be 30 as well, and not only x cannot be 30, x cannot be any value between 0 to 30, because sin x values, they are increasing as we move from 0 to 30, and cos x values, they are decreasing. So for all angles lying between 0 degree and 30 degree, sin x minus cos x value will be a negative one. It will be less than 0, not a positive difference. Okay. So we cannot have a value of x which will be less than 30. We have explored up to 30. Let us take x equals to 45. What happens at x equals 45? Sin 45 minus cos 45. Sin 45 is 1 over root 2. Minus cos 45, it is also 1 over root 2. This is equal to 0. So, up to 45 degrees, we are starting from 0 degrees. And up to 45 degrees, I have not taken, there are infinite number of measurements from between 0 to 45 degrees. I have not taken them. Obviously, it is not possible. But we are seeing below 45 degrees, for every value of the angle, sin x minus cos x will be a negative number. And when x is equal to 45, it is equal to 0. So most probably, if we increase the angle above 45, maybe the difference will be a positive number. Let's see. So sin 60 degree minus cos 60 degree. What is this equal to? This is sin 60 degree is root 3 times 1 over 2 minus half. Cos 60 degree is half. And obviously this is greater than 0. So we are seeing that x cannot be having a value which is less than 45 degrees. Because sin x minus cos x should be a positive value. So it should be an angle more than 45 degrees. We have understood up to this point. Okay. So, and obviously if I take x equals 90, sin 90 will be 1 and cos 90 is 0. So 1 minus 0 is again a positive number 1. So it's fine. What about the second quadrant? If I write the second quadrant over here. The second quadrant behavior. Second quadrant. In the second quadrant, that is for all obtuse angles, we know that sine of any obtuse angle is positive and cos of any obtuse angle is negative. Sine is positive in the second quadrant and cos is negative in the second quadrant. Therefore, sin x value will be a positive number. Cos x value, for any value of x lying in the second quadrant, it will be a negative number. Therefore, sin x minus cos x will be a positive number minus a negative number. And negative of negative is positive. So the answer will be a positive number equal to a positive number. I am taking an example. For example, if I take x equals 135 degrees. So sin 135 degrees is equal to obviously sin 180 minus 45 degrees, which will be equal to sin 45 degrees, minus cos 135 degrees. Again, this is 180 minus 45 degrees. So sine 135 degrees is equal to 1 over root 2. And this is minus and minus 1 over root 2, which is equal to 1 over root 2 plus 1 over root 2. That is 2 over root 2, which is equal to root 2. Okay. So we have got the positive or the first quadrant behavior of sin x minus cos x, that is after x equal to 45, it moves above the x-axis. And for the second quadrant, this is valid for any angle in the second quadrant. It will be a positive number. I have taken only a single value. You can take any other value. You will be seeing, you will be always having a positive answer. Okay. So the graph moves above the x-axis and it stays above the x-axis for the whole of the second quadrant. What about the third quadrant? So the third quadrant. Let us start with, say, in third quadrant, both sin x and cos x, both are negative. So let us start with, say, x equals 180 plus 30, that is 210 degrees. So sine 210 degrees minus cos 210 degrees. Okay, before that, let me take one more value. X equals 180 degrees, just to show you. This will also be a positive number because sine 180 degrees minus cos 180 degrees is equal to sine 180 degrees is 0 and minus cos 180 degrees is minus 1. So it is equal to plus 1, which is again a positive number. Then we come to the third quadrant. X equals 210 degrees. And sine 210 means 180 plus 30 is negative half. Minus, it will be minus root 3 over 2, which is equal to minus half plus root 3 times 1 over 2, which is again a positive number. So it is staying, the graph is staying above the x-axis. Even at x equals 210, it is above the x-axis. Now let us come to 180 plus 45, that is 225 degrees. So sine 225 degrees minus cos 225 degrees is equal to negative 1 over root 2 and negative of negative 1 over root 2, which is equal to 0. Now we see the graph again comes down and meets the x-axis. Touches the x-axis because the sin x minus cos x value is equal to 0. So what if we take x equal to 240 degrees? It is 180 plus 60. So sine 240 degrees minus cos 240 degrees is equal to negative root 3 times 1 over 2 and minus of minus half, because cos 240 degree is equal to negative half. So this is root 3 over 2 is obviously more than, this is plus half, more than half. So this is a negative number. So again the graph comes down below the x-axis. So what is the pattern of the graph? If I draw, and obviously it will be staying below the x-axis for the remaining up to 360 degrees we have to take. So it will be remaining below the x-axis. And if I just try to draw the graph, what happens? Say this is 30. This is 60. All are in degrees, obviously. 90 and 90, rather let me take in 45, multiples of 45, that would be better. So this is 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, and then 180 degrees. So this is again 225 degrees. This way it is moving. And we see below towards the left hand side of this 45 degrees, the graph is below the x-axis. I do not know where is the y-intercept. I am not interested in that. It is the 0 degree thing. So sine 0 is 0 minus cos 0 is 1, so it is -1, so it will be over here. This one is -1, and now at 45 degree angle the graph is crossing the x-axis. And it will be moving up above the x-axis. And how far does it move above the x-axis? Over here I am seeing obviously it will be coming down again at this point at 225. So the middle one is over here, 135. You need not draw the graph, but I am showing you this because I want you to understand the pattern. Okay, and this is root 2, so this will be 1.414 or something. Root 2 is an irrational number, so it will be just continuing. So the graph will be of this type, of this shape. So from 45 degrees to 225 degrees, both excluded, it will be above the x-axis, and then again it will be coming down. So this is the pattern of the sin x minus cos x curve. Now we come back to our expression, which was sin x minus cos x equal to 2 over 5. So now it is very simple. Sin x minus cos x is equal to 2 over 5. And if we multiply both the parts, both the sides, we get, not multiply but square both the sides, we get sin square x plus cos square x minus 2 sin x cos x is equal to 4 over 25. And sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1, and 2 sin x cos x equal to sin 2x. So we have 1 minus sin 2x is equal to 4 over 25. And solving this, we get sin 2x value, sin 2x to be equal to 1 minus 4 over 25, which will be equal to 21 over 25. Okay. 1 minus 4 over 25, 1 can be written as 25 over 25. So 25 over 25 minus 4 over 25 will be giving us 21 over 25. Okay. So what will be the value? What can be the values of the 2x angle? It will be obviously having the values sine inverse of 21/25. Okay, so let us first of all find the values of the angle 2x. The first value that we get using our calculator is 57.14 degrees. Okay, second value, or sine, it is sine 2x equal to 21/25. It is a positive number, and we know sine is positive in the first and the second quadrant, and 57.14 is an angle in the first quadrant, so we will be having another angle in the second quadrant, which will be 180 minus 57.14 degrees, and that is equal to 122.86 degrees. Okay, now let us see if we need the periodicity to be taken as well. So let us add 360 to these two values, and if we add 360 to 57.14, we get 417.14 degrees. Obviously, I'm using the calculator. You may also use the calculator to check whether I have got the correct answers or not. Okay, 417.14 degrees. Let me just, the decimal point has come over here. So it is 417.14 degrees, or if we add 360 to 122.86, we get 482.86. And these are the values of the 2x angle, but we need the x values, so we will be dividing all of them by 2. So dividing 57.14, and they have asked us to give to one decimal place, so I am writing only one decimal place values. So 28.6 will be half of 57.14. If we divide 122.86, we will be getting 61.4 degrees, or this one is 417.14 degrees divided by 2 will be giving us 208.6 degrees, or 482.86 divided by 2 will be giving us 241.4 degrees. Okay, now we are getting 4 values, and all 4 of these are lying between 0 degree and 360 degree. But when we look at this graph, we can straightaway understand that 28.6, this value cannot be taken because this is less than 45 degrees. Also, the 241.4 degrees cannot be taken because it is more than 225 degrees. Okay, that is why I have drawn this graph, and that is why you have to check whether, like doing the solving the trigonometric equation this way, you come to all the 4 values. But if you give all the 4 values as your answer, you will be wrong because you cannot take this one or this one. Okay, so the only 2 values that x can have are this 61.x is equal to 61.4 degrees or 208.6 degrees. Okay, so these are the only 2 values that x can have. So learners, This brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.